So when the alphabet community has an issue, we show up in society as a united front. But outside of being hypnotized, bisexual people realize that the community is nothing more than defunct. Let's discuss. Testing, 1, 2, 3. We're here to talk about the myth of bisexuality. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. I hope you are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So, full disclaimer before I start this video, I will say the LGBT community usually always gets this way, but one thing about us that a lot of people think, we are not monolithic. We are not all the same, and not all of us have the same views. Even though we appear in society like we're on one code, a lot of people within the code tend to switch up. But I'm here to discuss one segment of the alphabet community that goes a little, unrecognized or sometimes unheard, and it is bisexual men and women, like mainly men, but bisexual men and women don't tend to have that big of a voice within the community, and I want to know exactly why, because if you guys don't know, there are more bisexual people than there are like gay and lesbian, and roughly 52% of the LGBT community is bisexual, so they kind of outnumber like us, even though a lot of us, the gays, think we're the majority of the community, even though it's a minority community. Usually you would think that gay men were the majority, but that's simply not the case. The main reason why we don't hear the voice of the bisexual people within the community is because they feel excluded. Like I have to go ahead and stand up for them because they feel excluded, because way back in like the 90s and the early 2000s, bisexuality was seen as a myth. Like it wasn't really seen as like a real like legit sexuality. Like I'll never forget in Sex and the City, I'm a huge Sex and the City fan. I think within like the first or like the third season, somewhere in that area, Carrie Bradshaw dated a bisexual man, and that was a whole entire episode about that sexuality being a myth. And it was a good episode because it's like how a lot of people think about bisexual people. Even gays and lesbians, they don't take bisexual men and women seriously. Now, me personally, when it comes to dating, I take bisexual men seriously, and that's mainly because I'm a problematic person. I tend to date men that are more masculine, and 9 times out of 10, a bisexual man is more masculine. And they tend to put you in a woman's place if you're the one they choose to date. So therefore, I go up for the bisexual men. I love bisexual men. Yes, I'm problematic. Yes, I haven't evolved. Sue me. Another reason why bisexual men especially are not taken seriously, because a lot of people instantly think that you like men more. Like if you come out as bisexual, people either think that you're gay and are struggling to step like outside of the closet completely, or they simply feel that you like men more and would dip back to being with a woman because it's more acceptable in society. And on the bisexual woman aspect of things, they aren't taken seriously because, for one, it's been like a myth that like every single woman is bisexual, and half of me believes that and half of me doesn't, because there are a lot of women out there that are strictly dickly, and there are women out there that consider themselves straight, but they're not gonna pass up another girl licking the clit. So basically, they don't take, like lesbians don't take bisexual women seriously because they just know in their heart of heart that when things go south, they're always going to dip back into some dick. And therefore, that's why a lot of the LGTs in the community consider bisexual people greedy. They see it as the fact that they can have their cake and eat it too. And then, like I'm a problematic gay. A lot of gays think the same way I do, and they see bisexual men as more like masculine and straight presenting, so they go for the bisexual men over the gay men. And the women, they can just get it how they live, get it how they want it, any kind of way, any time of day. I will say they just see the bisexual people as greedy because they can do what they want to do and still move in society, portraying that they're straight. And on that aspect, a lot of the LGTs in the community look down on bisexual people because they somewhat have it easy. Like a lot of them, when it comes to like the oppression in history, you don't really hear about it happening to bisexual people unless you see them out with a partner of the same sex. Like bisexual people are, they 9 times out of 10 can pass in society and if the heat gets hot, they can jump back to dating the opposite sex, and then all their problems are erased. Like, they can escape gay bashing and also, like, you know, like verbal spats with other straight people that are against the gay community. And then on top of that, like I said earlier, it's an easier pill to swallow if you come out as bisexual, especially with men. Like, people tend to be like, okay, so you, like, you're half straight, so you can pass, you can still hang with us, you can still hang with the homeboys. And in my humble opinion, women just have it easier when it comes to being gay because lesbians are more acceptable in society. And, you know, straight men tend to fetishize, you know, girl on girl action, and women that are bisexual, it's seen as normal for women to be bisexual in most societies. Like, I don't know what it is, but people can swallow the pill a little bit easier when they hear a woman experimenting with other women, for examples. Like, I don't know what it is in society, but lesbians and bisexual women always had it easier within, like, you know, society. In straight society, coming out the closet is a lot easier for a lesbian or a bisexual woman. And since it's easier for bisexual men and women to assimilate in straight spaces, therefore, they don't really have to feel the pressure of standing up for the LGBT community as a whole. A lot of them just look out for self because they either feel like they've been shunned by the community, or because they simply don't want the stress and don't simply have to, like, fight for gay issues, LGBT issues. Like, they don't have to care because they're just doing their own thing, living life peacefully. At the end of the day, you guys, you know, the LGBT community, we have the rainbow flag, but on the inside, things are not all sunshine and rainbows. For the most part, each community has an issue with the other. Like, we look down on bisexual people, we don't stand up for trans people hard enough, lesbians are seen as an afterthought, and when it comes to gays, the only people that are at the forefront are white gay men. So therefore, we all just have issues. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't think that our community will ever get it together, to be honest with you. Like, it's like we're oppressed. Like, we've been oppressed throughout history, and we're getting to a point where we have power. But now we're using that power to kind of look out for self instead of, like, strengthening the whole entire community as a whole. Like, I really wish that one day the LGBT community would be the united front that a lot of people think that we are, because we're just not. We're just not. We look down on bisexual people, and bisexual people got it to a point where they just don't have to care about the LGBT community because they can easily escape those issues and easily just live like a normal, well, semi-normal life without a lot of strife and gay bashing. But yeah, y'all, let me know what you guys think about bisexuals. Do you feel like they don't really give a damn about the gay community like I do, the LGBT community? I'm trying to say LGBT community instead of gay community. Like, saying the gay community is easier, but, you know, at the end of the day, like, we're all, like, lesbians, gays, trans, bisexuals, you name it. Like, we're all lumped together because we're the freaks and geeks of society. But yeah, y'all, let me know if you're in the community, how do you feel about bisexual people? Like, do you openly date them? Do you shun them? Do you look down upon them? Do you think they have it easier than you, so therefore you don't really care what they go through? And people that are bisexual, let me know how you guys feel about the LGBT community as a whole. But those are my views. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to come back at you guys with some more content.